Okay, yes, there it is. I was just explaining some of the issues. Dang it. And close Twitch. Now that I've done the troubleshooting. And also options, music and sounds. So my main priority is getting my villagers back set up because as I was building that monstrosity underneath me that's going to be inside the island, all my villagers were killed. So I'm redoing them with more. But I'm not going to get all of them back right away. I'm just getting the ones that allow me to do villager trades. Yeah, I did plant them back. Okay. I know I have a farmer, and a librarian. And because I'm playing with experimental on, well, they don't offer mending at the moment. I do know they will eventually. Pumpkin trades. Rerolled the librarian until it gave me Depth Strider 3, which unfortunately does mean I have no paper trade, which is a good way for me to get a librarian leveled up fast, but oh well. I am going to have more librarians later down the line. Man. I also lost all my tools and such. Thanks to responsibility I'm putting off. If we go and collect dirt later, you'll know what the responsibility is. I'm putting it off until I can get at least one or two of my friends and on. Just need a single wheat. There we go. I'm not gonna cure the villagers until that part of that's done. That building, well, that island over there is my villager hall, and then also each each island will have an additional use of house in an important farm. Like one's gonna, like I think that one's also gonna house bamboo, useful for as wood components, and as a detail for my base. And then, and the big one has my my shitty creeper farm. I'd go into FreeCam to show you what I mean by that, but I disabled FreeCam because I don't want to rely too much off of it. I just downloaded it to make sure that the farm was working. It is. And then that one's also going to be, the trading hall is also going to be a paper farm. With the paper automatically, well, the sugarcane automatically crafted into paper, unless if my redstone's faulty, which it almost definitely will be, so I will be getting some occasional sugar out of it. Okay, there we go. I don't want wheat in my inventory once I'm done trading, so I'm trying to get the amount exact. Okay, these 4, as long as I pick it up, all of it up. Yep. Will be the amount I need. Then we'll also gather some pumpkins because they grew back as we were harvesting. Fortunately, the dude's also not a melon trader, so that farm's gonna have to wait. But we should also work on that building. I need to sleep now for the sake of my villagers. Because while only one of them's in a thing won't even has their traits logged in, I still purposely getting a plains armorer and a swamp librarian is a pain in the ass, because my villager breeder will produce the opposite of what I need. I'll also be needing a snow librarian and armor later, so then I can have a full set of diamond gear minus chest plates, which is fine because I'll be wearing elytra 90% of the time. My fake chest monster. This is the only chest with stuff in it. Ooh, I need that. Rustic food. That's in there. Don't be deceived by the numbers. It is. I'm not opening it up because it is. I don't want to do more repairs on the damn thing. but it's not a fast farm. It's fast enough for me. I will have to eventually merge those two filling stations into one. With how I designed it, it relies off of creeper pathfinding. I can't use the cats because how the farm's designed, it wouldn't work. And that village, there's only living cat. Well, only living villagers are in that house, and the only cat is right there. And my iron farm is about 2,000 blocks away, and I don't want to ferry cats all the way over. I'm gonna have to eventually, but I don't want to. Alright, then get this in. Melon trader, sweet. I'm not gonna get the other villager trades that I need here on stream because that is a good amount of AFKing and that would be boring. Here. Definitely do not want to replace you because 15 emeralds for Depth Strider 3 is a real good price. But not having a paper trade isn't good because that was the fastest way to level 1 up. So all I can hope for is that next level is a book trade, which I can easily do. Alright. And I also moved my sheep farm into, well, out of a hole that was right here into here, same case with my cows. a very recent change, and then also another very recent change. Was following this path, well, this path in general, and the dock. Well, path past the compost at least, and then this path as well. I made note of what my typical paths were when going through these, and just made rough paths of them, making them windy to better fit the aesthetic. Yeah. Like, the automatic paper farm's not going to be as big as this. But it should work for a good little while. And I also probably should have made my honey farm more efficient, but I really like how I did it. The wheat farm is growing. In fact, actually, the reason why I put the pens in there is so then I can start work on another branch of wheat farm, as I like the look of it. Makes that entire area look medieval. Medieval, rural compared to modern suburbia. Yeah. It's just such a funny contrast. And if I ever want to boost efficiency of the farm for 5 seconds, I can put a couple of snow golems into there, and then they'll lead a bunch of creepers into there, and then the problem on why it's it relies off of trading instead of, well, pathfinding instead of snow golems, is it's not, the kill chamber isn't wide enough to prevent explosions. So there's water on the magma blocks to prevent it damage. And it's really good at spawning creepers, but not good at keeping them. Alright. So I opened Twitch and YouTube just to check on the chats. That was an echo. No. Okay. Oh, you gotta get used to trading a bunch of iron. Let's get the stone I've gathered. Work more on building. Not here. Where? Alright. The paper farm, I believe, at least to my knowledge, is one of my own design. Just like the creeper farm. But the paper farm is going to be a lot more efficient. Because it's not dealing with the... dealing with possible creeper deaths. I did think of possibly using the design that was created on the Hermitcraft server recently, but I don't ever need that much gunpowder. And I don't want to tear it down. But that would work wonders, because it will fit into underneath the island. The only issue is it's probably expensive as hell. Man. Don't have silk touch. How I designed in that the paper farm's gonna have to go right along the edge edges of that. Because I can't hide the redstone in any other way. That technically already do have a bamboo farm. That works differently than this one. Its primary focus is fueling this, which it's doing a really good job at. I remember I had to kickstart the bamboo account because it would go through it so quickly, but now that I kickstart the bamboo, it works phenomenally. Remember I had dirt, and I want to work more on that island. I can't point without destroying this. Oh no. More on the actual dirt part. Because that island is actually, despite being built on the same level, will be taking up, that will definitely be the tallest island. Both, it has a decent amount underneath, like, this is about 6-7 blocks down. I don't know. Well, that's my guesstimation. It's been a little bit since I've last worked on this, and the building on top is here. That is 9-10 blocks down. And the building on there, that houses my villagers, is going to be an observation in tower. i.e. buildings like the Tokyo Skytree or Tokyo Tower, or the Seattle Space Needle. Those are the three that are immediately off my mind. I need to patch that hole up. We'll use cobblestone. And I'll just fix it later. Now it should be running at full capacity. In fact, we'll be right back to verify that. And I got it back. Gone. Which I'll properly show in 1 sec. After all, I don't want a single zombie to spawn and kill all the villagers again. Shift. Yep. Where'd zombie spawn? Let's see. Oh, that's where it spawned. And that's fine. But I also now have fully made it dark, so now it's running at full capacity, or full efficiency. I'm not gonna go back into I'm not gonna close Minecraft again just to disable free cam, at least for the rest of the stream. After I end the stream, I'm almost definitely gonna end it. But that also allows me to get something I don't get very often. Proper view of the base. Which will be very helpful for this building stream after all. There's the dirt. This space would be so practically impossible if it wasn't for happy guests. Like the detailing that was always meant to be there would have been so difficult. But eventually grass is going to be in this area, so it's going to be annoying to work with. it's going to be difficult to work with. Let's put that in. It's already... Oh, no, 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 no. There we go. We'll fill in those holes later. How else can I? I know. Want to show what that responsibility I'm trying to put. Oh, fuck. That's supposed to be E. A road. Right here. Like this entire... that entire line. Supposed to be road. And the netherrack was just a ruler that I'll get rid of now. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting with this section. Yep. This island, I'm taking a different approach to building compared to that one. Over there. And I laid it out first. Before putting in the details, this one, I'm not doing that. So it's $12.99. So that ends. One more, and that road ends. Well, that sidewalk ends. So then I can properly put in the sidewalk. And the difference in sidewalk comes from the cities that they're built in. This one uses very thin ones, while that one doesn't. Because there's a lot more people living in there. Not necessarily more foot traffic, though. Because the suburbia I'm building is very American. There's the filler that I put over here. I'm gonna put in the actual dirt. So close to actually. Well, no. It's time. It's time to start on the harvest. No, well. I don't want to go and collect it because I don't want to show what the responsibility I'm putting off on. If I remember correctly, you're the escaped cow. And you've wandered decently far from where you're supposed to be, at least for or Minecraft pathfinding. But I know you can go farther. The cows won't leave because Oops. Now they can. Now they definitely can. That. Minecraft AI does not like wanting to go through sweet berry bushes, so it allows me to have open fences like this, which better helps with the aim. And it also works on keeping sheep in there, which is a pain to move over. Let me tell you that. But looks nicer than 2 holes in the ground. The issue was that there was too many sheep, so some would occasionally push them over here. Well, over the line. Should probably in a little bit check on the honey farm next to see if all 4 are full, so then I can actually put 2 down instead of just 1. Don't need to wax stuff mostly, so honey is purely for honey blocks. Over here to this, and also turn all of this into here to free up space. Ooh. Yes. Your job. Now. Please. Level up soon. Hopefully with the book traits, and I can get rid of all the leather that I have stored up. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but the reason why these 2 islands, which will be a part of the same island eventually, aren't the actual villager hall, is because the main purpose of this island is that and being a road. More important for the in-universe story than actually being useful. Will actually be interesting for my base. That's perfectly fine. Something I can do to kill time, but I don't want to do it. I already spent a decent amount of time this past weekend doing it in Terraria. I don't want to do it in Minecraft. That's organizing these chests. But I'll take the stuff I can trade with. Now. Put. And I'm still looking forward to when I have an automated trading farm. Oh, automated, not trading. That can only really work with piglins, not villagers. An automated storage system. Awful good. And pumpkins. Once I have enough honey, then I can start on that. The pumpkin and melon farm's not going to go up here. Unlike bamboo, paper, and gunpowder. Good. Those are types of wood and rockets, respectively, something that I do want immediate access to at all times. Instead, it's gonna go in here. And I can't properly decorate the areas until stuff is in. Or unfortunately, I only have one layer of... I mean, I can decorate this room. That requires red dye. Oh, red wool. Which actually I do have access to. Oh, I forgot about that. Plop this. Yeah. Another thing I did recently was change this out to look wet. Like every wood piece that can be seen in that's on water level and right by water has been swapped out for dark oak. Dark oak logs. One of my favorite building techniques that I've had forever. Usually it's spruce to oak, but with it being more focused on spruce, as that would look weird. Which I used the same technique for building in this, which isn't quite done. I should probably add the slabs on top, but yeah. Alright, wood goes into here. We're also gonna harvest a bunch of wheat. Seeds, not an actual plant. This isn't carrots or potatoes. No, potatoes in real life, you can actually just plant a potato and it'll sort of grow into others. But is that also the case for carrots? I'm not entirely sure. There's actual poisonous potatoes. That are partially green. It's good that the new texture for potatoes are so different, but the old ones are more realistic, funny enough, as I've seen. at least through a YouTube video. I am not a potato farmer, nor have I ever lived close to a potato farm. And because green potatoes are poisonous, oh, they tend to be sorted out for safety. I just remembered why I was looking over here. Don't have access to Silk Touch at the moment. Outside of pickaxe, which I am not using for this. That does not sound fun. So we are gonna have to deal with the slower 2 or 3 drops per melon. But back to the potato farm thing, I do know the case for potatoes being able to be replanted to get another one of the plants, thanks to having left potatoes in the pantry for so long. Because they'll sprout roots. It's looking for soil. It is mildly scary for a plant. This is why I'm looking forward to this being automated. How I'm likely going to do the thing is I'm gonna have one storing pumpkins, and then immediately after having the farm automatically craft the melons into melon slices into melons and being stored there, because the crafter is very useful. And that I'm not using copper golems for that. I don't even know if I'm going to be. I can use copper golems, but I'm not going. I'm unlikely to do so because I don't want to. Listen to that. We'll restock on iron soon enough. Yeah. Book trade. Yes! And respiration too, sweet. Which means well, it's not a 1-for-1 conversion, right? I can still use you for. I can still do it for leveling you up, which is good for. Oh. Blast trade is better. That compass trade may come in handy when I'm setting up more lodestones and such. But I can actually finally use work on the iron farm to zombie proof it. The villagers are mostly safe from zombies. But do you know who isn't? Me. I say mostly. This is what I mean. This one, I need to move him and then replace the villagers that were there, but the others are fine. See? But zombies can and have gone down here and survived, and thus have killed me while AFK'd. So, I am going to put the glass that I just traded on here. The two cats here. I need to ferry them somehow over to my base, but I don't want to. But the one that I especially want to ferry over is this one. I'm gonna put some sort of, I'm gonna put like a glass dome over this. So, corners are staying as a cobblestone, at least for now. Ooh. Damn it. Options, video settings, not video settings, resource packs. Turn this off. Also, the reason why I haven't worked on the dome in a little while is actually because the villagers died. I need glass for the sandstone. Though I might replace it. I might look for a mesa to replace it with the more fitting red sandstone. Because that harsh yellow is not what I'm going for. This farm looks great, but I am also just constantly taking the iron out of it so it doesn't look like that. This definitely isn't a design of mine. Grab a couple of these. And this. Let's head back home. Which, unfortunately for me, I do this. It's precarious platform. I will Okay, when I'm playing Hades 2, and this, one of the sound effects remind me so much of Super Paper Mario. Now I just heard a sound that reminded me of Breath of the Wild. I guess I just don't play with those sounds often enough. And what I mean is the transition in for Hades 2, the transition in the Rift of Thessaly, I think I pronounced that correctly, reminds me quite a bit of the underworld sound effects in Super Paper Mario, with the underwear or side effects. And that's underwear with the word where, or like, where are you? Where, not where that, where. Oh yeah, I need to turn it back on because now you can see the reason why they don't pathfind. I don't really like the look of fresh textures. Should be enough. Do not walk out, please. You are a pain to get in and out. Only you're a pain to get back in. What? The cows are escape artists. The sheep would be two if I didn't kill the ones that got out. Alright, then this die. I don't even know why I'm using red carpet for this. I don't think of red for this building. But the center is... it's a 2-block center on the ladder. So we'll make it 3. Well, I mean outside the roof. And I also redid this a while ago to actually fit with what I had in mind. Like that, because just one looked weird. Yeah. That bookshelf trade actually would be very useful for this. because there's a wall of bookshelves blocking the view of the underground area. At least with the design that this is largely based off of. This build has existed in now 3 different types of stuff. D&D, which is the inspiration for this, Minecraft, and Terraria. Terraria's version, the underground was a vault of sorts for boss trophies and masks. The D&D one is, I don't want to get into that at the moment. I will eventually, I just want to go on break in a sec, so, and talking about it will not allow me to. And this one is just a direct copy. Actually, there's a 4th one that inspired the look of the D&D, and especially this one. I mean, a clay statue of sorts. Anyways, I will be right back. I'm going on break. And I'm back. Okay, next link we'll get in after carpet is the seats. Because this is sort of a church after all. The overall location that the building is in is not accurate to any other version. The closest is the D&D version, because it's on the outskirts of a farmed town of sorts. Yeah, and the outskirts has a couple different types of farms, mainly vineries. Goal for today is finish getting the villager with the librarian to max level. So then I can put mending on my elytras. Because I lost the one pair that I actually bothered to have elytra on. Well, to have mending on it. And I don't have access to that. So while we're also in the, so while we're getting the mending on, we'll get two mending books and go to the Ender that I built to get the last little bit on. No, the book trade is, thinking about it, is surprisingly cheaper than the paper trade, at least on base level. Because base level for it's 16 sugarcane and 1 leather compared to 4 leather and compared to 24. Sure, leather is more expensive technically than sugarcane, but still. I need to grab 34 books, and we'll be ready. Which is about, well, a little over 1.5 stacks of sugarcane. So, these two up, actually. $42, that's the multiple of 3. Dang it. Now I just need one more. That for sure will be enough, most likely. Yeah. And if there's any leftovers, then I can just turn them into rockets. And I'll have the gunpowder to do so. I don't have to ever worry about going and getting gunpowder ever again. But I still have to worry about. Yep. Lord be. $34. More expensive than you're more expensive than the one that you replaced, but you're more useful than them when it comes to enchantments, really. Alright. you off. Into the ender anyways for to actually repair the stuff. We because where basically all my villagers are coming from, it's almost guaranteed that I'm gonna have another librarian, another swamp librarian, so that will be useful, especially if I prioritize paper with them. It's the closest bed to where I'm at, so we're gonna use the one in the tower. The original iteration of the Pumpkin Citadel, as its actual name is, did have a room up above, and that's the Terraria version. It housed the Dryad because it fit with the sort of nature feel. It's and then the second iteration is the clay figure, which is where the red roof comes from. I don't think it was on the original Terraria build, because I was, and still am not good at roof designs, at least like that. When, well, the third version is the D&D one, and it's okay. So, which house is a rebellion against someone who took over the farm town. At least the last time it's been seen in any campaign. But canonically, it ends up abandoned. And for a little while, because the people who live there got vanished by the person who took over the town. Got killed. Just vanished. Alright. You restocked. More pumpkins. Got craft. What this? More melons. I need books. I need books. And before anyone says anything, yes, I know since and sugarcane grows on the same on all this, but well, same no matter what it's placed on, as long as it's able to be placed on it. But only grass can be tilled, so the natural beach just made it a good spot for the sugar cane to go. So then I have space for the wheat without them fighting for spots. No, I do not have the amount. And 34 yet again. Can't put in the farm until there's more ground. I can't wait until I have the sugarcane farm in. Are going to be dedicated for the mending books. The rest are going to be trade fodder. Probably. I do need to work on getting Unbreaking 3 from like, and that involves which one sec. That requires jungle old villagers, which I was having difficulty getting taiga and snowy villagers. I am not making another. I am not getting villagers for the some jungle traders quite yet. I know where a jungle is. I think relative to where we are, the closest one is in that direction, probably a little more that way. And one mending book. And the rest is that. This will be unbreaking. Alright, let's go merge and builds. Well, not merge and builds. Merge books via Anvil, and I'll clear my inventory of junk. So in case I die, I'm not losing everything. But I don't think I'm gonna die. Also gonna name, while we're there, I'm gonna name the wings. Or not necessarily junk, but stuff I don't need at the moment. But will need. Lapis in the ender chest. I thought I did. I remember seeing lapis. Oh wait. These 12 emeralds are about to make themselves pretty useful. Be set aside to be pretty useful. I just need 6 more emeralds and then I get my second ending book. With that villager at least. Or 7. Depending on if the dude jacks up his price after. Well, I'm in the end. Won't be more than 7 though. Because more than that requires hitting and or killing a villager. And I don't want to do that. Because villagers are paid to transport. I prioritized the swamp villager earlier, so I did kill some. Now, I don't need to kill any. I'm just gonna be sad if my one a mason, when I actually get that set up, is is a pillar trade, not a block trade. Oh no. Do not want to fall off this ladder. Oh. I didn't put on the bushy leaves this time. I forgot about that. Okay, music and sounds. Hostile mobs off. Sweet, right off the bat. I forgot the mending. I forgot the elytra. So we'll get the Unbreaking trade now. And it's just Unbreaking. Sweet. Then using you, merge them with there. Now, I just need to put this on my elytra, and we'll be golden. Twitch side, I think, ended. Huh. Oh well. Right now. It isn't. Just looked like it did. I need to add railings to this. Probably with double carpets. Because it is a very, very stressful walk over from Ender to here. I know which one I'm putting on first. The name was chosen because the owner of that building is named Aaron. And pretty much in all versions, he because he's originally a Terraria character, gains the ability to fly. And I think once I get this repaired, the stream will be over. Nope, nope, nope. I do not have the ability to fly because those wings are broken. And if I die, then my stuff is gonna practically all fall into the void. Making me lose an Elytra. Alright. Got a rocket, so I can't just fly all the way back to my... There we go. Aaron's wings have been fully repaired. I don't know. Oh no. What did I look at? No. Shh. Shit. Shit. Oh. That's how I'm ending the stream. I need a break from Minecraft.